Hitting 2K a month is not that complicated, and in this video I'm going to break down exactly how I have planned to do it for myself so you can sort of copy it. And because I have dialed down a lot of hours of actually understanding what it takes to earn money online, I can tell you that this method will actually work. So stay tuned for this and let's just begin. So this is the exact plan I'm going to use to hit 2K a month at 17 years of age, and there are two main components you need to understand that you need to have. One is the exact business model that I will talk about at the later stage of the video, and the second is the mindset, which I think is going to be the most determining factor for you, which you will be very, very surprised about, because you need to have three main things to hit 2K a month. You need to have an abundance mindset. The second thing, you need to have good belief systems, and the third is the self-image. And this will probably be the determining factor, because the model does not matter as much as this does. Okay, ये तुम्हारा determining factor होने वाला है. And the first thing you need to understand is that money is abundant. You don't have to scramble for it. यहाँ पे लोगों को sort of ऐसा belief रहता है कि भाई पैसा दुनिया में नहीं है, but दुनिया में बहुत सारा पैसा है. Some people are making $1 million a month. Some people are making $1 million a week. तो पैसे की कमी है दुनिया में नहीं. So you need to first have that कि you should have that abundance mindset कि नहीं भाई, I can also get a piece of the pie. ऐसा नहीं कि I have to be broke. And don't be afraid to charge. This is going to be a huge limiting belief you have once I explain exactly what business to do. But this will be a huge limiting belief you're going to have, that you won't be able to charge as much. Okay? And the second thing you need to do is believe you can make money. And your skills actually equal to money. And if you have not earned your first dollar online, that someone has given you some money for something, you probably will say like, हाँ भाई मेरे को पता है, but you actually don't believe you can. Because unless and until तुमने वो किया है, वो sort of belief shift नहीं होता है. But I'm telling you, you need to have that exact belief system that you can make money. And the third thing you need to understand is online money is real and legit. ऐसा नहीं कि ये स्कैम है, ऐसा नहीं कि तुम्हें कोर्सेस बेचना पड़ेगा टू बी अ सेल आउट. नो, ऑनलाइन मनी इज रियल, इट वर्क्स. ऑलराइट, ऐसा नहीं कि ये पूरा स्कैम है. एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज योर करंट सेल्फ इज नॉट फिट फॉर मेकिंग मनी. दैट्स द हार्डेस्ट ट्रूथ दैट आई हैव कम अप टू, दैट यू शुड ऑल्सो कम अप टू, इज दैट योर करंट सेल्फ इज नॉट फिट टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. यू हैव अ बैड सेल्फ इमेज and you need to destroy your current self, because let's be honest, तुम्हारा current self क्या करता है? थोड़ा YouTube देखता है, कुछ such productive चीज़ नहीं करता है. How do you expect your current self to be able to make money? How do you expect your current self to charge other strangers to give them their hard-earned money? It's not going to happen. So what you need to do is you need to change the current self that you have. Change who you are. बिकॉज तुम्हारा अगर करंट सेल्फ ही इतना खराब रहेगा ना, तुम्हारा ये नई प्लान वर्क होएगा. सो यू नीड टू डिस्ट्रॉय योर करंट सेल्फ, एंड द वे दैट अकर्स इज थ्रू कॉन्स्टेंटली वर्किंग हार्ड एवरी सिंगल डे. बिकॉज अनलेस एंड अनटिल तुम बराबर से काम नहीं करते पूरा दिन, लाइक इफ यू नॉट वर्किंग हार्ड एवरी डे, यू नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज. ऑलराइट, दिस इज प्रोबेबली द माइंडसेट पार्ट. नाउ कम्स द एक्चुअल बिजनेस मॉडल दैट यू गाइज आर हियर फॉर. What we're going to do is we're going to do a service-based business. The reason why is that it is the faster way to get money, and it has a low startup cost, or practically zero amount of money to get started. I'm saying faster way because fastest way मैं believe नहीं करता. I think there are faster ways. This is the faster way to make money, because ultimately you are learning something that people actually want and you're selling that service. E-commerce या ड्रॉप शिपिंग तुम स्टार्ट करना ट्राई करोगे, इट इज एक्सट्रीमली हार्ड बिकॉज यू नीड टू नो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स एंड यू नीड टू हैव सम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी टू गेट स्टार्टेड. अगर नहीं है तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है. दैट इज वाई सर्विस बेस्ड बिजनेस इज द बेस्ट, बिकॉज यू हैव अ लो स्टार्टअप कॉस्ट. एंड नाउ exactly what is the game plan that you need to follow to actually hit 2K a month that I will also be following. The first step occurs with learning a skill. This is probably the most important step, because you need to choose a skill that is going to be a high income skill, that is the thing that people want to have. So high income skills mein dekha that these are the few things. Obviously you can find out way more, but I am personally choosing copywriting. You can either choose video editing, maybe social media growth is also a very, very lucrative one, and anything AI related, AI prompts, do anything AI related will be a high income skill. I'm sure of it. And getting attention also is a high income skill, by the way, which I will talk about right now in a minute. But I am personally choosing copywriting because I don't like editing. Alright, so you need to first pick a high income skill from these, obviously. Now here comes the important sections. What we're going to do is we're going to convert this skill into a service. Alright, this is probably the thing that will change it all for you. So to give an example, let's just say मैं copywriting अभी सीख रहा हूँ. Copywriting is a skill, it's not a service. Alright, a service could be email marketing, landing page designing, caption writing, whatever. These are services. So whatever skill you're choosing, maybe it's editing. Editing is not, it's technically a service, but editing as such is not a service. Long form editing is a service. Short form editing is a service. Same way, if you're doing social media growth is not a service, but helping to gain Instagram followers for e-commerce brands, that's a service. So you need to first convert your skill into a service and side by side document the journey. This will be the thing that will set you apart, and I'll talk about this in a few moments, but document your journey. This is what will cause the most amount of change for you. Okay, what you need to do is after you convert that skill into a service, you need to do outreach to businesses who make money. See, अगर तुम्हें पैसे कमाने हैं, you need to help people who have money. Now, this sounds toxic and this doesn't sound socialist at all, but think about it. अगर तुम्हारे कस्टमर के पास पैसा ही नहीं है, तुम कितना ही रिच हो सकते. You can morally feel incorrect by charging high amounts of money to rich people, but that's what makes sense. And here's the truth, okay? The more the customer or the more the client pays, the better kind of client they are. I mean, imagine, अगर तुम कुछ सर्विस के लिए 200 रुपए ले रहे हो, that sort of client is going to be disgusting. अगर तुम 2 लाख ले रहे हो, that sort of client is going to be completely different from the 200 रुपया वाला. Okay, so we need to first target businesses who actually make money and then do outreach to them. Major forms of outreach is emails and DMs. Personally, I love DMs because it's just better for me. Like I'm more comfortable in DMs than emails. But you can choose whatever you want, or you can do cold calling. And then after you have that client, or after you have some person interested, you're going to hop on a sales call with them. Now here on the sales calls, you're going to obviously close the client. Now यहाँ पे तुम्हें थोड़ा maths दे देता हूँ कि usually what happens is there is a 1% conversion to your DM. So अगर suppose तुमने 100 DMs send out किया, there is the 1% rule states that at least 1% will respond or be interested in that. And then जो भी interested है उसमें से 1% of people will actually be your clients. So obviously ये बहुत lowest bare minimum है, but usually that's how it happens. If you have like a 10% open rate on your email, that's pretty good. Alright, so you hop on a sales call and you explain to them what your service is, how you can help them, and then obviously you close the client and then you fulfill the client's needs. So that could be anything, your service that you're providing, you fulfill that. Now comes the very interesting part. Like I said before, you need to document your journey and then build a personal brand to get clients. This will put you ahead of 99% of people. Why? Because most people are out there doing outreach. हजारों लोगों मेरे को भी बहुत सारे DMs आते रहते, emails आते रहते for editing. But I am more likely to work with an editor who already has a personal brand. अगर nobody is messaging me, hello bro, I can do video editing for you, I'm not going to work with them. But अगर मैं उनके profile पे जाके देखा कि नहीं भाई, they actually have some sort of, I can actually see their face, then it's way better. So you document your journey, exactly how you're learning these things, and then you build on social media personal brand. So अगर तुम reels बना रहे हो या shorts बना रहे हो, videos बना रहे हो, whatever, तो तुम्हारा जो ideal client है, some person will see that video, will be like, okay भाई ये actually trustworthy person है, let's work with them. That's how things work. That's how you can leverage the current attention economy and the current content economy. So personal brand बनाने के बाद वहाँ से भी obviously तुम्हें sales calls मिलेंगे, and this is way better than doing outreach. Outreach is sort of like starting phase में, but this is sort of the main thing that you must focus on, is building that personal brand. Now after you fulfill that, you need to get a testimonial. ऑलराइट. टेस्टिमोनियल इज essentially that वो लोग बात करके बोल के कि नहीं भाई इसका एक्चुअली सर्विस अच्छा है, एंड देन you use that testimonial and you actually upload that as a piece of content. So now if your ideal client is going through your profile and they see that a testimonial has been uploaded of some other person who actually you got results for, they are more likely to work with you. This is how this content game actually functions. This is how the system works. All right, now learning a skill, I told you all of these skills, but how do you learn the skill? Before I actually explain how to learn this skill, let me show you this diagram. Alright, look at this diagram. This is exactly the process that you are going to go through, or that everyone goes through when they're learning a new skill. On average, it takes you 10,000 hours to completely become a pro at any skill. Any skill, you put in 10,000 hours, you're a pro at it. Alright, and usually कैसा होता है, टाइम यू कैन सी ऑन द एक्स एक्सिस, स्किल ऑन वाई एक्सिस, कि यूजुअली हम जब स्टार्ट करते हैं वी यूजुअली हैव दोस अप्स एंड डाउन्स, बट दिस इज प्रोबेबली द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन, द वैली ऑफ डिस्पेयर. वैली ऑफ डिस्पेयर ऐसा टाइम है जहाँ पे फॉर दैट स्पेसिफिक टाइम पीरियड यू डोंट सी एनी रिजल्ट्स, तुम्हें कुछ रिजल्ट्स नहीं दिखता एंड यू वॉन्ट टू क्विट. But that's when the most amount of growth happens. So if you're in the stage of life कि तुम्हारे life में कुछ हो नहीं रहा, but you're doing the correct habits, then just stay put on that. And the blue arrow से, मतलब blue line से you can see that is the starting point, that's the ending point, and that's what we want to minimize the time to get to. मतलब यहाँ पे ये टाइम मे बी तुमको 6 महीना लग सकता है, मे बी तुमको 10 साल लग सकता है. We want to reduce as much amount of time required to go from 0 to pro. Alright? And the way we're going to do that, there are stages to learning any skill. Stage 1 is to get started. Now, this is where most people go wrong, is because उन लोग का ऐसा mindset होता है कि they need to know a lot of things, कि नहीं भाई मेरे को ये actually जानना पड़ेगा कि ये कैसे करते हैं. No, you don't actually need to know that. Get started. Go on to YouTube, type down whatever skill you want and just वॉच वीडियोज़. मतलब यूजुअली मैंने ये 5 घंटे का कोर्स देख लिया है, मैंने ये सब कोर्सेज देख लिए जो भी फ्री के. यूज़ एज मच फ्री कंटेंट एज यू कैन. तुम्हारा जो भी अभी सब मैं कॉपी राइटिंग सीख रहा हूँ तो कॉपी राइटिंग गाइड सर्च किया, आई एम वॉचिंग ऑल ऑफ दिस वीडियोज़. मेक नोट्स ऑफ दिस वीडियोज़, मेक अ ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ अ नॉलेज बेस दैट यू हैव. तुम्हारे पास ये नॉलेज बेस रहा, देन यू मूव ऑन टू स्टेज 2, दैट इज टू गेट फीडबैक एंड लर्न. तो अभी what you need to do is, instead of focusing on कि भाई कैसे सीखना है, you just dive deep into this stuff. Get dirty, learn, type this stuff out, and then you slowly start to learn, and then you invest in your own learning. Don't be scared to invest. खुद के learning में invest करो, invest in mentorships, invest in courses that will actually help you, invest in books, whatever. तुम्हारे गोल की तरफ अगर तुम पास में जा रहे हो, that's an investment. So invest in things, and you can basically go on to these YouTubers also, and उनका भी कोई programs होता है, जैसे Tyson 4D का है. So you can invest in these stuff. And the third stage is consistency, wherein you need to put the reps in. There is no option. You can't work smart all the time. You need to work hard. You need to put in the reps. I'm learning email marketing. It's easy, but I'm not going to stop right now. I'm not going to be like I'm a master at it because I've not put the reps in enough. Put the reps in. Alright? If you put in the reps in, that's where magic is going to happen. And this is the exact guide to making 2K a month at any age group you are. Hope you like this video. Scroll down, subscribe. Don't sacrifice our future self for the pleasure today. Peace.